guy told us about.
Hello.
Hello.
Stay alert.
Okay.
Howdy.
Hello. Who are you?
I've been around a while. Currently working for the followers as a gun for hire, but it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked who I could chat up about liquor got transferred. And the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun.
What are you doing with the follower? She told us.
I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort here is just a revolving door.
I bet you've seen a lot over the year.
I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore.
That's a bit cryptic.
Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while?
Let's talk about something else.
What do you have in mind?
Some question.
And I may have answers.
What do you know about the event graph?
Couple of rad scorpions, those two. Gloria is the stable one, but she'd slit your throat if there's a profit in it. Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had the displeasure of observing.
Sorry, drinking water. I thought she was gonna speak for longer. What do you think of the follower?
I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Warms their heart.
Tell me about Freeside.
What starts in misery tends to stay there. Freeside wasn't Freeside until 6 or 7 years ago. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join him off the strip. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like refugees.
Trying to remember how many it was the robot we met in Good Spring was there. Was it 7 or 8 years or something more like 15? If it was 7, 8 years, okay. Was it means it's pretty sure he's working for Mr. House and just following us. If it was 15 years ago, he must be a scout for Mr. House who came out early and just got his connection reactivated recently for some reason, which most gen will be us, I think. What about the king?
What about him? Pretty much the sort of gang you'd find anywhere else, just with better clothes. The king himself, though, he's got that something special you can't put a finger on. Too bad he likes girls with skin.
What do you think of the NCR?
I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam, and that's where it ends. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them, something to step over or stomp down. They're here for the resources, plain and simple.
What's your opinion of Mr. House?
Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot? I've been around long enough to have both opinions, see. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed charming in interviews, until he became a recluse. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. But when he came back strong and killed a lot of people.
Yes, and that's the info who made me think about what Mr. In the previous video, what made me think about what Mr. House is, and this will make me think about it. Yeah, I see too. I see many things. One that been quite popular as a guess is a computer like the president, and he's simply the one we get is simply a computer. That's name itself that came to name itself Mr. House, like that like the president and the president in Fallout 3. The author I see, he is he's a robo brain and who still got his personality. Yeah, he's in the word. Since he was dying, he made his brain be transferred into one of those robots. Since he was in robotic, the author can see he, he artificially maintains his life through robotic implant. The author it's close to the first thing to the computer, but instead of being an actual AI just taking on the name it is his own brain function that been transferred into a computer program to be able at least to extend somewhat extend his own life, which I admit bring a lot of ramification about is it still him or anything like that. Because a simple transfer like that could cause quite a few change in personality. Yeah, with the slightest defect in the electronic. Let's talk about something else.
What did you want to know?
Any advice to share?
Longing makes the heart grow fonder. But I've always been a fan of hog-tying my lovers to make sure they can't escape.
Yeah, possibly because some of them will run and they are not drunk anymore, but got any advice to share?
Longing makes the heart grow fonder. But I've always been a fan of hog-tying my lovers to make sure they can't escape.
Don't repeat yourself. Any advice to share?
Feed a man for free, and he'll be back asking for more. Feed a man a bullet, you won't hear from him again.
That's a somewhat good one.
Feed a man...
Hey, stop repeating yourself.
Time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted time.
And that one go with the previous video. I admit, there is a lot of moments that I didn't really enjoy how I did thing in the previous in the recording that I deleted, which is not reason just didn't like. And because I admit at least I didn't like how it went for LP, because I know I need to get put a bit more structured than when I play on my own. If I was playing on my own, I admit I will be exploring every square centimeter of terrain, and there is I will really explore everything I could until something too hard stop me to explore further, like back of that law. Got any advice to share?
Good? Bad? The guy with the gun makes the rules. The only thing I know for certain is that I don't know nothing.
That's quite common advice that date back from the antiquity.
Feed a man for free, and he'll be back out. Feed him.
Oh, don't,
Good?
don't.
Good?
One more chance.
Time you enjoy
Okay, goodbye.
later.
Hello. Wish the followers would give me some better armor.
No, she's not injured.
I hear you've done some good things for the followers.
Later, whoever you are.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not even a particularly good one.
What kind of research?
Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries. Stim packs out of barrel cacti and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims.
What the goal?
For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere.
You don't sound too enthusiastic about it.
I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole.
Instead, the language that Caesar Legion speak.
Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river.
Where did you learn that?
Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar.
Do you know much about Caesar?
I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers. Before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way.
What?
Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago.
Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
I admit, I can understand some bit of Latin for my first language is French, so there is a lot of derivation, but I admit understanding a whole sentence is quite another thing. And why do you research instead of providing a medical assistance?
Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
Why don't you come with me?
No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you?